Hello everyone, today I'm here with a quick tip. I want to go over how to refill your lead in a Japanese multi-pen. So this is a frequently asked question that we get, so I thought it would be a great topic for just a little quick tip video. Now, I think the reason we get this question a lot is that a Japanese multi-pen is refilled differently than almost any regular mechanical pencil that's not part of a multi-pen. So if you have just a regular mechanical pencil, you almost always are going to refill that pencil by going in through the eraser, like pulling out the eraser and then dropping your lead beneath there. You'll find there's like just a hole into the body. So when people try to do that on a Japanese multi-pen, they find that there's no hole to drop the lead into, and so they get a little baffled. So I have some models here of common Japanese multi-pens, and I've split them into two different types. So the first type is when the insert inside is basically a metal casing versus the insert inside a plastic casing. And I will show you what I mean by that. So starting with the metal casing examples, they're almost all going to look like very, very similar inside. So you get into the inside on a lot of them by unscrewing from the middle, but I'll show you some exceptions to that. So this, for example, is a Jetstream 4+1 Pure Malt, very popular multi-pen, and you can see the pencil unit in there is metal versus like this is a plastic refill body. So when you have the metal body, it almost always is going to be impossible to pull out the way you would, like if you're replacing the plastic pen refills, you'd pull them out and you'd pop a new one in. And make sure it grabs so it doesn't fly across the room. Whereas with the pencil unit, you're going to see that there is actually like a main body section and a section that is part of the whole tip. So here you can see right there, you've got this seam where this goes over the top. So if I were to pull this out, I would be able to put my refills inside here, this metal tube part that is still connected to my pen. Now, I would never put more than two at a time. I say this for regular mechanical pencils too. Not all mechanical pencils and mechanical pencil units are going to be that sensitive, but you're just increasing your risk of jamming in most pencils and pencil units if you're like stuffing lead in there. That's why I say, not more than two. And then you're just going to stick your nose back on the top. Screw it back together. And then you've got, your lead refilled in your pen. So, your Delgard multi is going to be that same way. It looks a little different, but you can see there's this main metal part and this larger part that's part of the nose that you would pull out, and you're going to put your lead in there. So for almost all of those metal ones, it's going to be the same. Now, sometimes it's a little bit different where in the pen you're going to pull it apart. So like in this one, which is a Rotary Jetstream, you're going to act as though you're, using the rotary to change your ink, but you're just going to keep unscrewing until you're actually unscrewing from the barrel. And then again, this is going to be familiar to you by now. You're going to see this metal part with the metal sleeve that goes over it as part of the nose, and you're going to stick your refills in there. And another, this is like a Jetstream Prime, so it just unscrews lower. But you're gonna see, same idea. Sakura 4+1. So all of these are gonna start to look very similar and familiar to you once you do it a couple times. And you know, you will, when you end the rotary ones, usually like this one I showed, these are the ones that are gonna be a little bit more of a mystery as to how to unscrew, but you basically are pulling them apart by the rotary area. And then same kind of thing where you're gonna drop your lead in and put that back together. All right, so those are all of the kind of like metal examples that I pulled to show you. And then you're also gonna run into where the inside is plastic, and you have a choice about these because the whole unit actually will pull out. I prefer pulling the whole unit out to refill my lead, but you don't have to. You can do it more like how you do the metal one. So taking this is a Blinn 4+S. You're gonna unscrew it. And then you can see this is not metal, it's plastic, and will pull out, and you could just refill the tube before popping it back in, which is what I like to do. But you can, maybe because I'm just like nervous about like messing up the tip part, but you can also just pull it out at the tip part and fill it in just like I showed you with those metal examples, and then pop this in. Just no matter what I'm doing, I'm being careful, because if I break the refill unit itself, that's part of the pen, then I'm going to lose that mechanical pencil functioning part of the multi-pen. This is a Dr. Grit 4+1. I'll just kind of show you that same kind of thing with the plastic insert where you can totally pull out that nose and fill it. Some people might prefer that. For some reason, I prefer to pull out the whole unit, put my lead in here, and then pop it back in there. But you really have a choice with most of the plastic ones because they'll come out easily, whereas the metal ones are really fixed in there, so you need to take it out by the nose. All right, so if you have a Japanese multi-pen that you've been trying to figure out how to refill the lead in, I hope that this helped you. Let me know if you have any other quick tip type of requests, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.